I hope you can all hear us now.
Better.
Better?
Very better. It's very better, okay?
I think we should start again. Eh? Nimeshatoa.
Poleni. It's very better. Please let us know in the comments section.
Wacha tuende hivi tukam. Wacha tuende hivi tukam.
Tuende commercial break. Okay.
Hiya. Good morning once again this Wednesday. Sorry guys, our advert apparently ilikuwa nazima mitambo.
It's decided to own the show, Nani.
But that was our official sponsors, Elixir Wellness, Donholm and Kilimani. Yes, Kilimani Primary School. On Tuesdays and Thursdays we've got children's and adults from 4 o'clock to check out. Elixir Wellness kwenye mitandao, hapo kwenye
kuna mapicha na captions na mavideo mtaona what you do.
Instagram and maybe even
tuko karibu kuingia YouTube.
Mr. Ojema pull his finger out na akaweka kwa Twitter. Kenyans on Twitter. Anyway, let's start again.
Yes.
This Wednesday morning.
Take 2.
Today, we are talking about lending, borrowing, safe borrowing,
debt management, seeking capital,
and investing, in small businesses.
Yes, in shares in small businesses.
So basically, what we were talking about was lending and creating trust. Yeah. When we talk about lending people, it's about creating trust. So if I lend you a small amount of money and you give it back, I know that I can now lend you slightly more if you need it.
Yes.
Or mimi pia nikiboro na kurudishia, you know. So it's like you have to be in a position to build that trust.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Have a proper foundation.
Yeah.
Because there's no point, and then you find that a lot of people out here keep complaining that, oh, I went to so and so, especially friends and relatives.
Yes.
I went to so and so and I asked for money and I have this business and I need to start this business.
Yeah.
But you forget that 2 years ago, ulimomba thaumbili. You didn't pay it back.
Yes.
The other day you said, oh, sijui mtoi school fees, sijui nini na nini.
Yes.
I need 15K.
Yes.
You didn't pay it back.
Exactly.
That's strike 2. Again, ikafika mahali kakwa ni mazejo, nilipe hizo mbili
na
kusort.
Yes.
Already those you've proved to this person they can't trust you.
Yes.
Because there's a 2,000 somewhere, there's a 15K somewhere, there's a 200 somewhere.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how little it is.
Yes.
Ukiomba ukisema unarudisha.
Yes.
Put it back. Just create that beautiful relationship, because
Yeah.
at least you're going to have trust. And if anything, when it gets to that point that you actually have a grand idea,
yes,
and I have that money, boss, why are we not making this money?
And that's on a personal level.
Yes.
If you have a bank account, you have to remember that every time you transact or every time you have interaction with your bank, it's being recorded. You see what I mean?
Yes.
So basically, if I come in and I put in, I give a check,
yes,
and there are no funds in my account, and I know very well there are no funds, this check is going to bounce. Yeah. Now, the bank might or might not pay that check. Yeah? But then that's a cross against you. You see? Now, next time, for example, I ask them, oh, can I have an extension on something? And I don't honor it. Yeah? Or you have an overdraft facility, and you never really pay that back on time. You have a credit card facility that you never really pay on time.
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
So you get to a place where you have a negative relationship with your bank. 5 years down the line, you want to borrow some money.
Yes.
Yes? Your bank says no. You come back and start saying, and I've been banking with them for 5 years. You know? I mean, even if it's a circle, and your savings, your saving history is not what it should be for you to borrow.
Yes.
We have to remember that whatever blueprint we are creating for ourselves financially, it has to be so positive that if you ever need to borrow, people are willing to lend you. There are opportunities out here. There's a program coming next Saturday, not this Saturday, next Saturday at 6 o'clock on our business segment, business and lifestyle. Yeah. Basically, what it will be talking about is tenderpreneurship. Now, there are many tenders in Kenya, and apparently for every tender, it is law now to give 30% to women, youth, and people living with disabilities. 30% has to go to that demographic. Yes? Now, if we create a positive financial blueprint, it means that now I can go and start the process of applying for tenders, being accepted, and being able to borrow if I needed to. You see? Of course, what the advisable thing is, use your own money initially, because you never know how it will go. And once you have experience in tenderpreneurship, then you can start using other people's money. Because now you start playing the game of big numbers. Yes? You play the game of big numbers and big gains. You see? But before you get there, lazima ufanye nini? Ujiprove.
Yes, lazima uanze huko chini.
Yeah? So guys, watch that show. You'll get so much more out of it about tendering and all of that. Yeah?
30%.
30% women, youth, and people living with disabilities. Yeah?
Any information you should be writing somewhere, because a lot of people don't know this.
Yes.
Because people always think, easy tender zoo and that to specific.
Yes. Ama zimeshapeanwa zinaadvertisiwa tu just for hype.
Just for, yes.
Because they have to, you know. But apparently that's not the case. So watch the show on Saturday coming, 14th? Which is it 14th?
Yeah. It's not this Saturday.
Yeah, 14th. So Saturday the 14th. Yeah. Aya, another thing. When we borrow, yes, we, especially this time of pandemic, we have got to a place now where people are bombarding us with messages every day. We will give you this, we will give you that. Yes? But we have to think about, who am I borrowing from?
Who am I borrowing from? Yes.
You see?
Why am I borrowing?
Yeah? Apparently there are you know now that everything has gone digital. Kitambo kulikuwa na Shylock. Bado wako. But they were like literally, you knew if you go there you can't cross them. Exactly. But now they've gone digital. Yeah? Now you borrow from these people, and what they do is they ask you on their apps, they ask you for access to your contacts. Jaribu chelewe.
hata shosho wako atapigiwa.
Jaribu uchelewe, hata boss wako atapigiwa.
Mama wa mboga, kila anyone related.
Ambieni mtu atulipe.
Bas, tell this person.
You know.
And you can imagine how many people you've inconvenienced just because you refuse to pay your loan.
Exactly. No, but the thing is, it's wrong that they're doing this in the first place. Yes? Yeah. But obviously we live in a country where people can flout rules and nothing happens to them. So when we decide to borrow, let us borrow in a safe way, which means I borrow a sum that I know if anything went wrong, I can still pay back.
Pay. Yes. Find ways, find how you're going to pay it, but just pay it back.
Yeah. If anything went wrong, I know that I'm borrowing to invest in something. But at least I know that my salary or my means of income, because not everyone is salaried, will allow me to pay the amounts that I've agreed to pay when I've agreed to pay them. You see what I mean?
Yes.
So that way, number one, what it does is it reduces stress.
Almost 100%.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. So, in a reduced stress yako, yeah, which means you're more productive.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's about productivity. Business, life, jobs.
Yes.
Whether you're working for someone or you're working for yourself, it's about productivity.
True.
And anything that can give you peace of mind does what? Increases your productivity.
Yes.
Sindio?
Yeah.
So let's think about it. You've seen a certain circle has just come up. We know that mainly in Kenya, interest rates zinachezea hapa 2% to up to 10%. These guys tell you that we can give you interest of up to 30%. Just interest on money you've stored with us.
Was telling me about the same thing. You've given the same exact number.
What?
That thing for 30%.
Yeah.
Somebody was just trying to reel me in.
Yes.
Ati kuna hii sako imetokea. You save with them, and then you save a minimum of 10K.
Yeah.
And then if you want within 6 months, so you keep giving 6 months.
10K for 6 months.
So you save 60K.
Yeah.
And then if you want loans, they can give you loans from 300K ukienda.
Yeah.
Alafu kuna hiyo 30% ukilipa. I'm like, okay.
So the 30% is interest on the loan you've taken from them. Guys, listen to this. Yeah, and be very careful and really do your math.
Yes.
When you're saving and when you're borrowing. And if you don't understand what you're doing or easy my interest rates na kuchanganya, look for somebody who might know. All banks have relationship managers. All of them. In Kenya, mi sijaona moja haina. You know.
Ile bank yenye ulienda walikuwa nayo. Ile walikata kukwambia walikuwa
Quift. Nilienda kufungua account, mtu ananiambia ati niende kwa chief nisainiwe karatasi. In which country? In which century?
Get papers for us to take your money.
In which century? They're sending me to go waste my money for chief camp. Nienda nikasainiwe. Certificate of what? You know, we're living in a country now where you can open an account online. You don't even have to leave your house to open an account. And I go to open an account, a savings account, where I'm going to be giving you my money to play with. So my money will be making you money. More money than it's making me. And you still want me to get out of my house. I've already got out of my house to come here. Yes? You want me to come here, take a form. Niende kwa shifu. Nimwambie shifu. Mira sijui chifu wetu ni nani.
I know.
Ati sign this paper. Guys, let's stop doing this nonsense. Don't beg people to keep your money with them.
Kama wataki pesa yako, chukua pesa yako, enda nayo.
Sasa kama wataki pesa yako, usi waste time yako ukienda kupatia mtu pesa akuweke. There are so many institutions now. We no longer live in a country where we have 3 or 4 banks. At Barclays, Standard, Now maybe one more. Diamond or whatever.
Diamond,
you know. Yeah? So we live in a country where there's so many ways of saving. We live in a country where there's so many ways of keeping our money. Keeping our money in ways that can make us money. Do not bank with institutions with legacy systems that don't allow your money to work for you. That don't allow your time, because the thing is, you have to remember that time is money.
Time is money.
Yeah? So when somebody wants me to waste my time
going to the chief to get things signed,
yes,
you'd have taken my money then to
they might as well be coming into my pocket and stealing my money. You know? But let's be careful who we are borrowing from. Yes, and the interest rates. So for example, this individual company that you're talking about, Sako, is giving you interest rates of what? Usually they'll start na hiyo 10k yako maybe utambua 4%. So you are saving at 4%, but you're borrowing at 30%.
30%. Mathematics.
Wamechukua pesa yako, and because they have the power of having a lot of money from a lot of people, yes, hiyo 60k yako multiplied by 1,000 people. Imagine. Or 2,000 people.
2,000, yes.
Now, they have the power of investing at about 10%. Yeah? They're only giving you 4%. Yeah? Which means for every penny you save with them, they're kulling up 6%.
6%.
But when you have to borrow from them, you borrow at 30%. So already hapa wanakula 6% kwa hii 60k yako. Yeah? 6% ikienda, because you don't know, they might be investing in other things that gives them bigger returns. Yeah? But usually tunachezea hapo 10. Aya. So now you have a loan. Let's say for 100,000. And you're going to give them 30k. Do the math.
The time I was being told this, I was like, you, the only thing you had is you can borrow from 300k.
That's all people hear.
Yes. Easy percentage hapa katikati, like fine print. You always been told, read the fine print.
Yeah.
That is where the whole story is.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because you umesikia tu 60k kutoka 300 ukienda.
Yeah. Basically, there are two basic things. It's very basic.
Yeah.
When you decide to put your money in an investment, think about it. Yeah. So, for example, people who say nitajenga, yeah, the return on investment on rent, vitu kama hizo, inachezeanga po 7%. It doesn't matter which country you live in. 7 to 10%. Yes. Yeah. Hata 7 ukifika uko tu sawa. You know. So, yani you're getting a good return.
Yeah.
Na hiyo 7% ni before utoe kitu yote. Before utoe rates, before utoe hasara yote, tenant akihama, before utoe yani kitu yote.
Anything, yes.
Yeah? Before utoe roof iko na leakage, lazima utengeneze. Before you remove anything. Yes? So think about it. Am I better off investing in that? Or am I better off putting my money somewhere where it's going to give me 10% over a longer period of time and still have my cash to play with in other investments? Do you see what I mean? So when we are trying to borrow for investment, think about the thing that will bring you the most returns. Don't just think about the thing that everyone is doing. Think outside the box. Do you get me? Think about maybe even starting like a small business.
Yes.
Yeah? If I start a small business, ya kuuza mboga, mboga yangu, I can make 100% return.
True.
Yeah?
True.
In most cases, you make almost 100 and above tukienda. Sindio? Unaonanga watu wengi wanaanza na place kamboga, anaanza kusupply sasa watu. You see what I mean? Because there's good money in it. But we look at investments in terms of what other people are saying out here.
This is what's being done out there. Let's
We're too lazy to get out and go and find out what am I actually interested in. You see people all the time writing online, oh, I want to invest in Bitcoin. You don't even know what a Bitcoin is.
Bitcoin is kwa sababu tu uliona nani ame invest in it and it's working.
You don't know what cryptocurrency is. It sounds cryptonic to you. Greek. Do you see? So first, when we want to invest, let us first learn what we're investing in. Yeah? Agriculture is a good investment. But am I actually interested in agriculture? If I'm not interested in agriculture, then maybe I need to buy shares in an agricultural company rather that's doing well and has proven over the years to do well year on year on year. Yeah? Watu lazima wakule.
That's true.
Unaona?
That's true.
Flowers watu watapeana Valentines. You know, as in there's always going to be money in the food industry.
Yes.
We know that for a fact, and especially in Africa.
Yeah.
And if it's not in Africa, we export a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
These people uko inje, kuna ma countries only cabbages na potatoes zinamea huko. I'm not mentioning any country, England. So So, when we think about investments, let us invest in sustainable industries.
Yes.
Yeah? Industries that will continue to grow, industries that will continue to thrive. Human beings have to eat.
That's a no-brainer.
Yeah? So, when we talk about borrowing and lending, let us do it in a safe way. You know what I mean?
Yes.
By safe, do your homework.
Yes.
Yes? Don't invest in things that are going to eventually cost you more to invest in. Because if you lock your money somewhere for 3 years at a rate of 6%, or even 10%, you've taken your 500,000, you've locked it.
Yes.
Most of these things, when you lock your money, there are penalties for taking it out. Yeah. That's what people don't realize. So, you've taken your 500,000 Kenya shillings.
That is, if I want to take it out before the time,
there's a penalty.
Yay.
And you will not get the full returns. So if they tell you, lock your money in for 3 years, you take your 500K,
500,000.
Yeah. You take that money, you lock it in an account, and there are penalties for taking it out. Maybe you're allowed maybe 3 times a year, or something like that, or 4 times a year to take some out, but also that is limited to a certain amount, to a certain percentage.
So when emergencies zako,
shauri yako, you know. And if you take more than that, penalty. So when we're investing, let's not just look at interest rate. Let us look at what other penalties do I incur if I was to want my money back. Because even 100,000 is a lot of money. You can start a big business with 100,000. Even 50,000 is a lot of money. You can start a good business, sound business with even 10,000. So when we take these amounts of money and we put them somewhere to work for us, let us also remember that if we need access to take advantage of an opportunity, how easy is it to get this money back? So we're looking for a way of investing that is also easy access without huge penalties.
But I didn't know, but you didn't tell me. You didn't do your research.
Exactly.
You didn't ask questions.
So let us think about the questions that we are asking. Ata hizi masako, ndio, sawa. I'm going to put my money in. Sindio? What interest am I getting out of this money? Yes? If I do borrow, what do I borrow? If I borrow, do I still earn interest on the money that I have with you? Is it a secure loan or non-secured? Do you see? Because some SACCOs or microfinance things, you can, I belonged to one that you could put in as much as you wanted, and then after 5-6 months, you can borrow up to 4 or 5 times your savings. But you could borrow it secured or unsecured. So by secured, what they did was they yeah, walikuwa wana sema, okay, let's say you take a loan, they charge you a loan at 4%.
Yes.
But if you had already 500,000, yeah, this 500,000 bado inakula interest. Do you see? Yeah. So the more you pay back, the more interest unakula. So tumesema umechukua 1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ukilipa, hiyo pesa yako inaanza kukula interest. Si ati unalipa ndio uanze kusave tena.
So you pay, ka interest kanaongezeka.
Exactly.
You pay, ka interest kanaongezeka.
Exactly.
Okay.
You see?
Who does that here?
So these are the things that we really need to look at. Because when you put your money to work for you, you have to work before your money works for you. And that is doing your homework.
You put in your 12K at the end of the year, you don't choma that 12K. You at least
Exactly.
Yeah. Because I mean, you go bank your money and then you're coming to take the same exact amount. You're being told you can't take your money.
Exactly. So and this goes to again debt management. You know, we get so many apps nowadays. Zinatuambia chukua, chukua. Na kuna zile siku hizi ukitumiwa M-Pesa
zina receive M-Pesa on your behalf. Ulefoleswa.
Ndio kwa sababu hizi makonza tuma kwa hii. Ile ingine iko na deni. Guys, let me tell you something. Exactly. You know, it's like, yes, we all have to borrow.
True.
At some point. Yeah? But we need to think about when we borrow. Tukiborrow. Exactly.
Why are you borrowing? Like, what's your why?
That's it.
Because you need to have a reason.
Exactly.
Especially, I don't think it makes sense when you borrow and you don't want to grow yourself.
Yeah.
Because maybe say ukona biz.
Yeah.
And badala uendeleshe biashara yako, you're there borrowing for other things. Kulipa hiyo pesa utalipaje hiyo pesa? Nona. When you're borrowing money, you need to know how you're going to pay this money back.
Yeah.
You need to have a plan. You need to at least have a direction you're going to take. And do you need that whole percent, like that whole amount that you're borrowing?
Yeah.
Do you really need that 2 million? I mean, you just need 200K.
Yes.
Unaona, usiboro tu kwa sababu tunapeana loans. Cheap my friend, fine print nani. Don't just take a loan because somebody's offering it to you. Ask yourself questions. Sit down, plan.
Yeah.
I need this loan for ABCD. I will repay this loan ABCD.
Yes.
No. So ask yourself these things.
Yeah.
Just equal to just because.
Yeah.
Because of why?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So you see what is happening? Yeah. We are not asking ourselves the right questions.
True.
We are not asking lenders the right questions. Yes? Hata beste yako akikuja kuboro pesa kwako. Kaeni chini mdiscuss. Unaelewa? Wewe ukula mshahara ngapi? Deni zile uko nazo ni ngapi?
Yeah. Na unazilipa aje?
You see what I mean?
Yes.
So ndio ukipatia mtu pesa unajiuliza, kwa mtu anakuja nakwambiaje? You know, I've been saving with this particular institution.
Yes.
Now they've given me a loan to buy one of those snazzy 14-seaters to rent to one of those companies. Yeah? This person, that's already something that they owe.
Yes.
Anakwambia tena, mazee juzi nimechukua loan, nataka kumaliza ile nyumba yangu. Yeah? Already, unajua best yako ako na madeni. Si ndio? And then the same person comes to you, and this happened to me, and tells you, hey, give me some money. Nitalipa na mshahara yangu. Na sikujiuliza. Mtu already, they're overstretched.
Yes.
So the likelihood of them paying me is
minimal,
kuna venye ina nini. So nikajambia okay, sawa, but close family I'll give. Sindio? Kidogo pesa irudi. Yeah. But the question that I should have asked myself, yes, this person seems to be doing well on the surface.
Yes.
But she has a car loan.
Yes.
She has a loan to build her house. She has a loan for this 14-seater, 21-seater, whatever.
You see? 14 years.
But their salary cannot be funding this. You kuna chama ya hii, chama ya hile, chama ya hile.
Exactly.
You see what I mean? So when we have people coming to borrow from us, we have to ask ourselves the same questions as the banks ask you when you go to borrow from them. Sure. Otherwise, itaisha na nini?
Machozi, my friend. Na kwanza hao relatives based airport relationships zishakuwa awkward.
Awkward nini blog?
Sindio hivyo.
Acha hiyo pesa iende hata. Hautaniomba tena.
Unajua.
You know what I mean?
Villas are like me and you.
Sir, you disappear with my 25k, but that means we will never do business together.
True.
And I'm a very good business person. Like mimi pesa unipenda. So wewe enda na hiyo na ujue kutengeneza pesa, which means hiyo do itaende kunywe maji. Utarudi kwa nani? Si kwangu. You know.
Ka pole pole.
Yes.
Always give back what you borrow.
Yeah. Na hapa kwa debt management, a lot of times the reason why we don't pay back is because we don't manage our debt properly. You see, you know that your salary is 100,000.
Yes.
You know that your outgoings just within your house. Na hiyo 100k bado hujapigwa tax.
Hujataxiwa bado.
And you have to remember that we pay tax on we pay tax on everything we buy. We pay income tax. We also pay tax tukienda kwa duka. Hizo vitu zote. Si ndio? So,
angalieni hizo receipt.
Exactly.
Angalia receipt unaonanga deduction.
So, we have to think, we've talked about this on the show, but I wanted to repeat it today. Because where we talk about savings, where we talk about borrowing, where we talk about that, we cannot talk about that without talking about debt management.
It's true.
Because if you don't manage your debt, if you don't manage your money, there will be no money left for saving.
Yeah. And you need to save. You need to
if you don't manage your debt, nobody will want to lend you. You see?
Hizo maswali
exactly.
Uulize.
Deni si mbaya, kutokulipa deni ndio mbaya.
Yes.
Umechukua deni, na unajua deni it's an expensive debt. Si ndio? Upelekwe CRB. Now, jina yako iko CRB, huwezi chukua pesa kwa mtu yote.
Anytime you ask for money, your name red flag.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah? And it takes time. Mimi sijui hata kama ya huku mtu tolewa.
Maka ulipe.
Yeah. Okay.
You pay to be checked and then you still have to pay that debt. So now you're paying double.
Twice.
Umeenda hasara.
Yes.
Because initially you'd have just paid.
Invest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You should have just paid that money. Nini umalizana na story. But sasa unakataa. Because kuna wale wanakataa. Kuna wale wanashindwa fine. But there are those who, because they didn't manage their money, they didn't pay on time.
Yeah.
So you don't pay on time, you have a penalty. So now you have a debt and a penalty to pay.
And the thing is, it's always better to pay these penalties. It's always better to remove that debt.
Yes.
Unaona? Why? Because what happens hapa mbele, you know, you might think that leo I'm 18, 19, 20, 21, 31, 41, whatever age you think you are, hapa mbele haujui opportunities zile za come. You know? Now, you've gotten a good opportunity, unakatazwa loan kwa sababu ulikuwa na CRB ya 500. Yeah, 200. You miss out on an opportunity of investment because of a debt of 5,000. You see, kama uko na deni ya CRB, fanya juu chini ujitoe kwa hiyo CRB.
Jitoe kwa hiyo noma. Jitoe kwa hiyo.
Fanya juu chini because that should be your number one priority. Especially kama wewe ni mtu unajua you want to make investments hapa mbele. Because you might not realize the impact of this thing. And Mimi nakwambia, I've been there. So I like to, mimi like kusema, ukiona mtu akianguka kwa hiyo shimo, usimcheke alafu uanguke kwa hiyo shimo.
Exactly.
Learn.
Peter kando.
You know what I mean?
Tu hapo pale alipita.
Exactly.
Learn from people's mistakes. You don't have to make the mistake to learn from it.
Exactly. So mimi kile nasema ni manage your debts in terms of paying your riskiest and most expensive debts first. CRB, kama umeshawekwa hapo, jitoe hapo. Any company yenye inaweza kukuweka kwa CRB, walipe. So number one, those ones. And then lipa wale watu wako na the highest interest rates. For example, nichukue loan na hii sako ya 30%. Guy, I can't believe people are paying 30% out here. So nichukue loan. Exactly. Nichukue loan kwa hawa watu wa 30%. Yeah? That is expensive debt.
It is.
You know? My aim should be to pay this off as quickly as possible. Yeah? Afadhali kama hii loan ya 30%, it's loan ya 10K. But I can get a credit card that only charges me 20%. Afadhali nichukue loan nyingine, hiyo 20% nilipe hiyo 30%.
Do at least kusoti nyingine ya 20 itakuwa.
Because right there I'm saving myself a 10% interest. Do you see? So if you have, and this is why I say debt is a tricky thing. If you're a business person or if you're an investor, at some point, if you get high enough, you will have to borrow. You will have to seek investment. Whether you sell shares or borrow money, you will have to. Or, kama wewe ni mtu clever, like Night Atieno, work with what you've got. Unaona?
It works as well.
Weka pesa kidogo kidogo. When you need to expand. Don't just expand because someone told you, kwa hii sako yetu, weka 60K tutakupatia 1 million. You see? Now, you have 1 million that you have to pay 300,000 for. Ask yourself what you can do with 300,000.
Now you're taking money out of my pocket.
Maybe all your business needed was 50K.
Imagine. Now I have 300 extra.
If your business needs 50K to expand, and someone is telling you, bring us 10K per month, and you can borrow 4 times as much, but your business only needs 50K. Yes? Ujui 10K ukieka, even at 4%, even at 2%, you're still getting money out of it. Yes? So umeweka. Yeah? At the end of 6 months, you're going to 60K. Your business only needed 50.
You have 10K.
What's your 10K apple? Chukua 50K, go do your business. Exactly. Because if you can afford to take 10,000 and put it away in a month, it means that in a year, you can afford to wait 1 year to expand your business.
Exactly. Let's say at 1 year utakuwa tu umeka. You'll find other things because maybe you'll do more research about the biz you want.
Exactly.
There's things to be. You won't notice that 1 year going.
That's it.
And before you know it, 1 year meisha, uko na pesa, you have more than you needed.
That's it. You know, when we are seeking capital, let us remember that very often to start a business, you can start with what you've got.
True. Si lazima uombe. You have something, because I mean you had the idea.
Yeah.
So probably that means you started working towards it.
Yeah.
So hiyo dhate ulikuwa umesave. Una need 50.
Exactly. Yeah.
Tafuta vile utafika kwa hii 50. Unaweza endelea kusave. Utatafuta pale utatafuta.
Yeah.
Tumesema hapo mbele. Before you borrow, know why you want to borrow.
Exactly.
Ndio usiombe tu kwa sababu.
And have a plan.
Have a plan.
I want to borrow 50,000. Yes. 10,000 is going towards product development. 10,000 is going towards something else. The other one is going towards brand development. The other one is going to go towards a website.
Yes.
The other one is going to go towards stock. Yes? All this stuff that I have planned for is going to bring what? You see, what is the return investment of this money that you have planned for. Don't just expand for the sake of expanding because you think now your business needs to grow. You know what I mean?
That's how you'll run your business down.
Exactly.
Because you didn't stick to your plan, or you didn't follow the plan that you had.
Yeah.
And you didn't plan for it. Yes. True.
Exactly.
True.
Plans change.
Yeah.
So you can write a very good business plan, get into the market, and realize, oh shit, that won't work.
Back to the drawing board. So now,
yeah.
No. It's okay. Plans change. Things change. Ni kama coffee ilikuja. Zile plans zote zenye ulikuwa nazo. Oh, naenda, nafanya nini.
Yeah.
Wednesday, vitu zimekuja zimebadilika. Watu wananunua PPEs, sanitizer, mask na nini.
Yes.
Uko na hiyo do.
Yeah.
You have an option. You can invest in this, make your money, save. You're multiplying ile do yenye ulikuwa nayo.
Exactly.
Your money is not sleeping. No, because probably you had your plans and COVID came in, everything was on lockdown.
Yeah.
You couldn't use that money. Uwezi acha pali umeacha.
Kweli?
Invest, jaza pali unajaza, make more money. By the time hii season inaisha, you have more money.
Exactly.
So,
you know,
plans change.
I think it's just about thinking about why. And this is what you ask yourself always in life. Why am I doing this?
Why?
You know?
Yeah. And
many times you find yourself asking yourself out loud. Night Atieno.
For why now?
Ama, why am I doing this? You know, like sometimes you autopilot through life. And then you ask yourself,
really?
You know? Yeah. Or sometimes you catch yourself doing something really the hard way. And then you think, oh, I could literally... Like I washed my car with a mop.
Yes, that's what
I did.
Who knew it could be
exactly
like that?
Yeah. And it was very easy. It took me literally less than 10 minutes.
See.
Nilieka maji ya sabuni, nikafanya hivi. Bora usisugue na nguvu sana mpaka hiyo stick iguze. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Hivyo. Nikapiga maji. Nikafanya ni kama tu flow. Piga sabuni, piga maji, chukua kadasta, panguza. You see? And it's like that in life and in business.
Yeah.
You're constantly asking yourself and upgrading yourself, upgrading your skills.
Yes.
You know, I need to do a course for my business to grow. Yes?
Yeah.
How can I do this course? Yeah, this course is for 12K. See, not 12K. But I can do this course anytime.
Yeah.
I know that I can save 1K per month and maybe sometimes more.
Yeah.
Sindio? Aya. Apply for the course for next year, January.
You have this year.
Weka 1K, because
at the end of that year you have.
That's it.
You can pay for that
exactly
twice.
You know.
Yeah.
So when you want to do something, to compel yourself to do something, you have to give yourself that target, and then ni kama kwenda tizi. If you want to exercise, you won't say to wacha ndamka asubuhi.
Lazima uamke asubuhi.
You know what I mean? Lazima you become intentional about it.
Yeah.
Kuamka asubuhi, what does it mean? It means going to bed early.
Yes.
Yes? It means maybe even if I'm not used to waking up at a certain time, so my body is not used to it, setting an alarm.
Set alarm.
You know?
Yeah.
It means if I wake up in the morning and I don't have my clothes ready, I might be tempted to just cover myself again. It means then putting your clothes hapo kwa bed. Ndio ukiamka utoke kama umeenda kwa choo, umevaa, umetoka ukaenda kukimbia. So